Hope your Christmas was merry and cheerful. Yay, because we're about to get into some horror. Which is the good cure for all that holiday cheer and goodwill. What better way to get rid of it than playing Call of Cthulhu? So we're going to be playing a bit of a homebrew short adventure campaign, whatever you want to call it, scenario. Because that's what these guys decided to let fate decide for them with a coin toss. We tossed a coin, to which end you said, "Fuck you, here's a homebrew."
Oh no, we're doing homebrew?
Homebrew, which means these guys are in for some fun. But before all that, we will reintroduce the characters. Before leveling them up, we'll enter the character development phase, which I will just say now is on the best page, 69, of the Call of Cthulhu book. So, if anyone wants to start introducing themselves,
Hi,
yeah.
I'm Nisha. I play Nancy McGrath, who is a college librarian, whose father was a famous explorer-ish.
Did we know that before?
Yeah,
I thought your dad was a
that's how I got us
librarian.
into the college.
Yeah, I just thought your dad was a librarian, though. I didn't think he was an explorer.
Ah, that's just not paying attention. That's
Oh, was I? I'm sorry.
Too many punches to the head for Sturgeon.
Yeah, too many.
I got punched in the face.
Too many
Quite a
blows.
lot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Speaking of, hi, I'm Sturgeon. I am a rough and tumble big guy. I am a boxer, used to be in the military, and before that, I used to work at a circus as a strongman. There you go, that's something you didn't know about Sturgeon.
He's
a big boy.
You told us.
Did I? Fuck! Never mind. There's no secrets here. He's a very simple boy. He's also got a butler named Jeeves. He's got a driver.
Very handy.
He's very handy. Because he doesn't know how to really drive himself. Or he's not legally allowed to if he got a concussion. I can't remember. That's Sturgeon. He's big. He's a charmer. He's a charmer.
So yeah, I am Sarah. I am playing Lucas Sterling, the
Alexa,
psychic.
stop.
Like speaks to random
Sorry.
things like Alexa. That's how he gets all his magical powers, to telling him about his books and all that. But so he is the not crazy, but is crazy dude of the group, where he will actively get himself into situations where he's like, oh, that's a ghost, let's just chat to it and see what they want. Let's just make some deals with the demons, why not? But yeah, he's the one I feel like's dragged everyone else into this situation.
What could possibly go wrong from reading books out loud?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Ruben. My main character is a dog named Jack. He's a Saint Bernard. Saint Bernard. Big old dog. Also, I play a character. He's called Logan Bellinger. The outdoorsman. Pretty big guy. Tiny bit smaller than. And I'm Mansour. My dog.
And I am Tash, last but not least, and I am what they call the keeper, DM, person refereeing, or just the one that talks a lot. And with that is everybody. I'll give a brief recap then of what happened last time. These guys, after being sort of roped in by the death of an old friend, they were taken, well, they weren't so much taken as they went to investigate rumours of spooky goings on and of teenage sort of stupidity, summoning things that shouldn't be summoned and just leaving it alone for someone else to deal with. During their investigations, they found a farmhouse, or were directed towards a farmhouse, where a creature resided, that had been summoned. After a very long, spooky night with zombies, zombie bears, and just random magic, the group survived and sort of drove off into the sunset, and that's where we left off. That is definitely cutting out a lot of it, which you should, if you're interested to find out what exactly happened, go watch Fumblefux's YouTube, because that's how we keep track of everything. Just to kind of get where we're coming from. But at the moment, we're going to do a character development phase, which is basically the leveling up and beefing up of characters in Cthulhu. Because we don't level up, we develop. Hey.
I'm developing as a person.
As a person, yeah. Okay. So, I'm gonna be generous and just say you guys have full health now, because you did quite well, and we're moving from one sort of scenario to another. Though not a lot of time will have passed. I'm just saying enough time has passed, and you didn't. I don't think you got that badly hurt last time anyway. So I'm quite fine with you being full health. As to sanity, however, I would like you all to roll 2d10, pardon me, and add that to your current sanity, please. So
My 69!
if you want to keep your 69, you can. I won't be that cruel.
Ah,
Oh, shit,
guys, what should I do?
We're all doing so well.
Ah! Oh, I thought it was another 12. Come on, fourth 12.
Come
Fourth
on.
12. Stop undoing it. I keep thinking get another 12.
They're all 12.
So far.
Yes, so far.
I think Roll20 is being just a little sneaky, but we'll let it go. Saying that, where's dice? I needed dice, and I forgot to actually get that. No, I don't, because it's my desk, so there's at least 30 pairs of dice around here. At any one time.
Ruben, if you go to the top left, there's a little dice icon. Okay, you got it. 14. Hey! That's pretty good.
Have to
You probably
ruin it
lost-
by
you
being
probably-
better than us.
You probably lost the most sanity last time.
Yes. Yes. But
But what's the consensus from the group? Should I take the 12 or should I keep my 69?
You
I
should
mean,
probably take the 12.
I will say this.
Tactically, strategy-wise, I should take the 12, but 69 is a funny number.
But yeah.
Yes. I'll also say this, just for anybody who's not watched before and wants to know. I have a homebrew rule, which is that as long as you have 30 points of luck, if, say, your character reaches 0 hit points for whatever reason, you can use that 30 luck to basically say, fuck you, death, and avoid your whatever was that was to cause your death.
Not
for instance,
today.
Essentially, if you were to fall down a cliff or a monster was to come and grab you and just ragdoll you around the place, essentially what would happen is, through some force of cosmic chaos, that did not occur, or you caught hold of the ledge, or you managed to kick the creature's teeth out from its gob so you were able to escape, that sort of thing. That's why having a good amount of luck is good. However, you do not need it, because I don't plan to kill you off straight away.
Are we doing the same roll for the luck? Are we adding more luck?
So for luck, so that was for sanity. Yeah, I'm gonna say put how are your luck levels at the moment, and then I'll decide how much to let you roll if you need it.
I can't remember how much I had.
I
but
was gonna say you should have character sheets on Roll20.
I've got 66.
yeah, I know I've got how much I've got. I can't remember how much I started off
I
with. but
believe
I've got
Ruben has
78.
30.
yeah, I do.
I have
Okay.
60. I have 67.
Okay then. Roll 2d10 again, and add whatever you get to your luck.
Roll 2d10.
4.
I mean, if you already have a lot of luck, 4 isn't too bad.
Oh, the person with the least amount of luck rolls below 2.
Who needs it?
Luck.
9.
Who needs it?
Yeah. I will say for those watching as well, luck is basically your if the players make a check and fail it, depending on if they wish, they can use luck points to basically say, no, I actually passed that check. So actually, I did spot the man coming at us with a gun, or I did know what not to like cross the pentagram while the evil witch is chanting, that sort of thing. So essentially, it's your acrobatics, your stealth. Your luck can be used to kind of push fails into successes. Although there are certain roles where you cannot use luck. I believe sanity is one of them, and certain power rolls as well.
And you can't use luck if you fail critically.
Critical fails. No, you cannot use luck. However, as is a sort of Fumble folk tradition, where normally in D&D, if you get a nat 1, you can succeed, but something bad happens. In Cthulhu, if you get a fumble, which is a 100, you can succeed. However, something bad still happens, though nobody has taken that offer, as it is collectively known as the Devil's Deal. For reasons, because I don't think anyone trusts me to be nice.
When that offer comes up, I'm taking it. I don't refuse Fumble.
Well, you had about 2 or 3 chances last time.
But not me.
No.
Sarah likes to dance with the devil.
Yeah.
Under the moonlight.
I believe, if I remember rightly, it happened last time where it was like, okay, it broke the circle, the creature that
Yeah.
they bound, and they didn't take the bargain to not let that happen, and that's basically the bad thing that happened. And one of you got made a deal.
It was
with the
daddy issues kicked in.
It was
Daddy
Team Daddy issues. I remember that. Yeah.
Team
was
Daddy
the-
issues kicked in, and I believe Sarah's character made a deal with the creature. Whether-
Really? Oh no, she did.
I
She
did make the deal.
She did, yeah.
did make the
Fully
deal.
did.
Fully did. Though
Oh.
Sarah's character does not know if, how, or what the creature granted her on its part of the deal before it was brutally murdered with shotgun blasts to the face, I think.
We fixed the circle and
fixed
sent
the
it back to her.
You fix the circle. Essentially, Sarah was distraction as they fixed the circle. It worked. However, Sarah's character may have taken away a bit more than just her sanity at that point. And now has the feeling that if they go digging certain subjects, they may not keep hold of their sanity. Yes, Team Daddy issues, very much so. So yeah.
Make shirts.
Yeah, I will get like shirts or something, or just have like a little pop-up thing of Team Daddy issues.
That's too real. I don't think I could wear that.
Daddy issues are a real thing. Sometimes they save lives. Sometimes they.
Sometimes they cause the demon to escape the circle.
Yes. But with that, then, so that's luck, health, sanity. Is there anything else? I do not believe.
Investigator skills.
Oh
What
yes,
happens to the
your
ticks?
skills. I thought you had already done this, but obviously not. So when you succeed on a roll without using luck, on the character sheet you'll have like a little box which you guys know gets ticked. When we come to this phase, then you guys make a check against your skill. So if you say got a tick in climb, you make a climb check. If you pass, nothing happens. You just take the tick off. But if you fail, you roll a d10 and add the result to that skill. So essentially, this is the part where you want to fail, because that way then you get better. You learn from your mistakes, essentially.
And just a green button, yeah?
Yeah, just the green one.
Should we do all as one at a time? Because I got the chat box so we can see
Yeah.
everyone's successes and fails to go through.
Alright, who wants to go
1,
first?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 to do as well.
Ooh, so you are going to be
6,
very
6.
skilled, you guys.
9 to do.
Yeah.
You haven't done it for a while. I think I know why. as there was lots of things going on between the Edge of Darkness, and I believe Anisha, Sarah, and Doran all did a little introductory, like, one-shot where I basically threw them in an asylum and said, "Fuck you."
Get out.
This is our backstory now.
Yeah.
90 is the maximum,
It is.
correct?
90 is
I have
basically
new
expert
ink.
level, yes.
Okay. You can't go above it.
And
You can, though it's usually quite harder because obviously you have to fail it.
Mhm.
Unless you're rolling like me. You're probably not going to get it.
Okay.
So, what's
Right.
to go
Want to go first?
Should we just go in stream camera order?
Yes.
Cool. So,
sure.
there's Nisha.
Oh. Okay. My bad. Okay. So, first one is the green one.
Yes, so the green one is on roll 20.
Fail, fail,
The
fail.
green one is a straight roll.
Ah,
And then the
Cool.
purple one will be with bonus or
It went too well.
Too well.
Okay.
Too
I've
good.
seen some good rolls.
that's really
but-
harsh.
Hey!
Ah, there we are. I can. I'm better at shooting
You can
again.
shoot
How many
straight
times again? Just
So 1d10, yes.
1d10.
5.
5. So
Please,
I'm up to 55.
Nice.
So that's a firearm.
Sorry, I'm distracted by glittery dice. They're very glittery.
Clickety-clacks.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
surprised that this worked. The intimidate.
Oh!
There we are.
You're even more intimidating now. You've like a crack in your glasses.
Fuck you are.
Yeah, I am.
You're just perfecting the library shush.
Yeah.
It's the shush of
Have you
doom.
guys watched Monsters Inc. 2? The Monsters University? Nope.
Yeah.
It's,
Not that
yeah,
one.
okay, never mind. Yeah, the one where they have to do the slug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
it
Oh,
is
nope.
true.
Never mind.
Aw.
No.
I mean, I'm really good at using the library anyway, so it's fine.
Be worried if he wasn't.
That would be me, though, in real life.
Oh, right. I'm very good at listening as well, apparently, today.
Yes, you can find the people talking so you can shush them.
Very aggressively and scarily shush them.
Librarians are terrifying. I don't know why you don't realise this before.
Hey!
I can use a gun.
You
I'm
can
a
use a gun
librarian
for
with a
that.
gun.
Nice.
Edward.
Yeah.
49.
Hey.
Stealth. Let's see how this goes.
Nice.
Nice.
Just play
Always
5
good to be
too.
a bit like,
Close.
You're basically becoming the ultimate badass librarian that would murder you, not bring your books back on time.
yeah.
I mean, you have to be good at
Last
stealth.
one.
You're going to be quiet in the library.
Yes.
Hey!
Nice.
More for Latin.
Aww.
More reading things I shouldn't. Fun times.
As
As long as it's not out loud, it's fine. That's me. Well done.
Except it should be Ruben.
Me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna start. He used listen
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Oh.
and brawl.
Hey!
Nice.
Nice.
Roll a d10 and add the result to your value then. Hey, 56. That's not too
Not
bad.
bad.
You
Pretty good.
can
That's
punch
dog.
things.
And I think that's it.
Okay, doke.
Cool. Okay, I got a few to go through. So, charm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aw.
Already charming enough.
So charming.
It's the mustache.
It's a mustache.
Like
The
I
mustache.
use. Yay.
Hey!
Hey!
There we are.
Oh, nice. 28.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. Nope.
Damn.
My job, occult.
Damn
Now,
it.
now I want to be good at it.
Listen, you're good at it on paper.
Persuade. Oh, fuck yes.
Just.
Nice.
Nice.
89.
89. Nearly. Was it 90? It's
Yeah.
like really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're basically an expert at 90.
I'm so good at persuading people. Oh my god.
Especially when making deals.
Yeah.
Psychology. Nah.
Damn.
Spotted on. Nice.
Nice.
4.
Nice.
34. Stealth. Nope.
You're wrong really well. Unfortunately.
Psychometry as well. Ah, fuck
Hey,
yeah.
that's
Nice.
good.
4. 74.
So good.
Nice, and that's me done.
Alright, next is me, right?
Yes.
Let's see if the boxer can box better. Nah, sadly. Firearms, handgun. It's a failure. First aid. Success. Intimidate. Damn it. Psychology. Failure.
Hey.
Nice.
9.
9.
9.
9.
Spot hidden. Nice! That's actually really good.
You got bonus on that as well. You get bonuses.
I do.
Yep.
5. So that's now at 75 as well. I was surprised I failed that. And then animal handling. Failure. 9.
More pets with Jack.
More pets.
I mean, they just collateral damage that I can get rid of. I would never do that to pets. I'm too nice.
Big boys and a big dog.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get animal handling?
I did. I got the animal handling from Jack, yeah.
I think so. Either that or something else.
The bear.
Possibly. I mean,
Come here, bear.
Come here, bear.
Come here, Yogi Bear. Did they eat all your picnic baskets?
And now we untick the boxes, right?
So yeah, so make sure your boxes are unticked.
I did forget to, like, only Jack still have.
Logan?
Logan.
Then yeah, Logan.
So, spot hidden.
Nice.
Logan's
Fumble.
Jack's
Does he get
special
some-
skills.
Does he
Yeah.
get something
Oh, yeah.
special for a fumble if he fumbles
You know
this?
what? I'm gonna say you get 2d10 because you got a.
Hell yeah.
Good boy, Jack.
Good boy. It's also puppy.
Wait, no,
Actually,
that's
this
me.
is Logan.
Oh,
Yeah,
that-
Logan.
less cool. Take away one of
Good
the
boy,
d10s. No, I'm kidding.
You can still call me a good boy.
Good boy, Logan.
No? Nice.
It's good to get the bad rolls out now than later on.
Yeah, get it. I get that.
Ah. Axe fighting.
I mean, you're pretty good with an axe.
It's true.
One of the things I found out relatively recently is that my dog also likes crispy seaweed fins.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that it, Ruben?
Yeah, I'm done.
Cool. I think that's leveling up done then, right, Tash?
Is that empty and everything then? Right then.
I think so.
Okay.
First question, do I still have like the tattoos and stuff?
You
Or
still
they-
have your mark, yes.
enough.
Yes, so getting on there then. You guys drove off into the sunrise, not sunset. There's a difference. It's like coming up. And returned to the city of Arkham. The town of Arkham. Whereupon you sort of licked your wounds, took a breather, just relaxed. Day or two later, after your excursion to the farmhouse, you received a telegram. Telegram was from a Dr. Armitage, who you may or may not remember, refused, well, agreed to help you, but refused to give you access to a book called the Dramatis Versatile, I think. I can never.
Yeah, my boss
Yeah, the
was
magic book.
being a douche.
He was like, no.
Pretty sure I threatened him.
Yes, you did. You also stole his pen.
Yeah.
So yes, you said. I believe the quote there was, "Fuck fuck the man, steal the pen."
Yeah.
So yes, you have thoroughly fucked the man and stolen pens. But for some reason, he's reached out and sent you all a telegram. Telegram asks that. Well, at first, asks about his pen. Um, and then says, "Look, whatever we had wrong, we can put it aside. I need to meet with you at my office as soon as possible. Come quickly. Stop." Because I think telegrams like that. Like at the end of every like
No.
word is a stop. So yeah, he invites you essentially to come and meet him in his office. Do all of you go?
Well, looks like you're getting fired.
I had in this. I felt it. I feel like it's time that I should move on anyway. So it's not. But if I was to be fired, I believe it would have just been my invitation rather than us all. So perhaps not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How
we get
is
going
your
then?
How is your face? How are you feeling?
It's okay. That zombie guy really knocked me hard. But tain't worse. Just a broken nose. Same spot, then it always gets broken.
Yes, and a rather black eye.
Oh, that was from before that dang cabin. It's in the
Is
paper.
that is that a regular occurrence?
I just take out the
Cool.
paper of my winning fight I'd had a couple nights ago.
It must have been a very good punch.
It was. It was more of a I let him have it so I can get a better one in while his guard was down.
Ah,
Counterpunch.
yes.
I mean,
Yes, I see.
smart play.
My face can take a punch.
Okay.
Also, thank you, just some guy TN, for following.
Yeah. Hope you enjoy. We enjoy. Yeah, I hope these guys enjoy, and I hope you enjoy. As well. This is why I'm not good with internet and speaking.
Words.
Anyway. Yeah, words. Evil words.
Words.
Yeah. So you guys eventually, after discussing things, you make your way towards the office, of Dr. Armitage, in the Miskatonic, University. And essentially, you can put yourselves into a order, or what are you doing as you stand outside his office?
I'd probably be chatting with Lucy, his secretary, just to see how she's doing.
She
I went through the notes.
she wasn't there when you arrived.
Oh. Oh goodness. Did how was the library looking? Did it look as if it was
The
doing
library,
okay?
everywhere looked like, as you were sort of like passing rooms and everything, it looked fine. Nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary.
But no Lucy.
There was no Lucy. If anything, it just seemed to be a bit quiet than normal today. But other than that, it seemed to be the usual sort of. It's a library, not many. Although this is back in the day before computers, and everybody had everything in their hands. It seemed to be sort of like a quieter day in the library, either because students hadn't gotten up that early to start studying, or just sort of people were too busy in classes and things like that.
Okay.
I would like to stand near the door and see if I can listen. See if I can hear any, like, if he's saying anything behind the door.
Okay, you can give me a listen roll.
Cracking those fins up already. Even next time. Awesome.
Nice. Tick that box.
Tick that box.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so you kind of listen at the door. Although you can tell these doors are quite thick, you don't hear anything on the other side other than the soft ticking of what you believe to be like a grandfather clock that you remember seeing the doctor having in his office at some point.
Okay.
When you were there before.
Okay. It's a bit weird. There's like no noise, but yeah, sure.
Do you want to go in first, Nancy?
Perhaps. Yes, I may as well. I'll knock politely before slowly starting to open the door. Dr. Armitage?
As you knock, there is no answer. And you slowly sort of... I will do the sound effects, it's just something I do. But yeah, you kind of creak open the door a little. And the sort of scene that presents itself is a bit of one of chaos. It's a lot more chaotic than what you see on screen. This is quick map that was made, and I had no assets for like thrown books and shit like that. So essentially, upon entering the office, or at least opening the door, you notice that there are several bookshelves that have been emptied, books scattered all over the place, papers as well. The desk looks untidily, and there does not appear to be any sign of the doctor himself. It looks like someone has ransacked his room.
I don't think he would be this desperate for a pen.
I don't know. Could have been a very special pen.
Could I quickly have a quick look around to see if any of the assailants that potentially attacked Dr. Images is still here, or like how long ago this happened?
So are you sort of like investigating the room to basically find out what happened, or are you just looking around?
I'll look around first to make sure there's like no one else here, and then I'll investigate.
Okay, no problem. It's just more a case of so give me a spot hidden roll then, please.
Okie dokie. That's an extreme success.
Nice, okay. So looking around, I'm just double checking something. Yeah, so there is no investigation anyway. So yeah, so looking around, it does look to be this is the only sort of exit or entrance. Though the office does have a window about yes, here. It is like a very large full pane sort of window that doesn't seem to have any latches to actually open out. It does look to be like one of those windows where you could like lift it up a little bit, but not far enough to actually get through, just enough to let some air in. But other than that, the only way in and out you see is in the doorway that you are in currently.
And
sorry.
And the door looks okay, like the handle, it isn't broken or anything.
The door doesn't look broken or anything like that. It looks... There's no sign of forced entry, essentially, to steal real-life things. It looks like whoever entered the room entered so without cause, without urgency or violence, and left the same way. As you begin then to go on to investigate, I'll keep that roll because it's an extreme. You start to pick up things sort of as you're making your way around. One of which seems to be a letter that's been opened on the desk. It sticks out to you because there's sort of like a smeared like fingerprint on there. So it looks like perhaps the doctor was in the middle of opening may or put his hand there, but it was important. You do notice as well by the chair there is a very large, but big enough not to be a sort of like they've cut their finger, sort of not large enough to cause concern of this person is dead, but big enough to say right they hurt quite badly. But it's a large blood stain on the sort of like floor, which is beginning to seep into the carpet. As well as that, what else do you find? Yes. As you're looking around by the desk, you do notice a strange sigil that has been sort of carved into the desk. It looks quite fresh.
Do I know what the symbol is?
You can give me an occult roll, and while this is happening, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to look to see if I can notice if anything's actually gone, or if it's just if
Anything's
they
missing,
found what they were looking for, or if it wasn't here what they were looking for.
Okay, so give me a spot hidden, I want to say.
Come on. Ah.
Hey, Sterling, there's some weird thing back here.
Cool. And then I'll probably head on over. I was going to pick up something to get a feeling, but I'm going to go check the occult symbol instead.
I'm going to use luck to push, if you don't mind.
So just remember to mark off your lock.
Yeah, so it's 4, 5, 3, 4. 4. Minus 4.
Yeah.
While that's happening, I would like to touch the occult symbol and try and get a reading off that instead of doing an occult roll.
No problem.
Nope.
God damn it.
God damn.
Jesus!
We've rolled too well at the beginning.
Yeah.
Our issue is that all these rolls are ones that we managed to get up, so it's just got on the rhythm of failing it rather than succeeding.
Yes. Yeah, so what are you all doing?
Okay. Seeing as I'm not going to read, can I just roll to see if I know what the symbol is?
Sure.
Cool.
You can give me an occult roll.
My job. Nice.
Your job.
My job.
You got a success. Okay. So you vaguely recollect that this symbol probably has its origin in some sort of arcane nature. However, you do not know what it pertains to. It's one of those things you've seen like bits and pieces of it maybe elsewhere. So I've just done like a very little rough sketch of what it looks like. Basically, this little like.
Like a four-legged spider.
Yeah, four-legged spider with like a little bit line at the top. But it doesn't seem to like ring a bell. However, as you sort of study it, it does almost seem to begin to shift. And I'm gonna need you to make a sanity roll, please.
I mean, I got 95 now. I should be good at this.
Okay, so you pass the sand. You're able to sort of push it back. You did get this feeling of dread begin to sort of creep over you, but you're able to push it back. What else was happening? You were doing that.
Yeah, I pushed to see if I could find if they've either found what they were looking for, or if it wasn't. If anything's missing.
Yeah, that's right. So looking around, you don't see that other than like the books that have been pulled from the shelves and sort of like scattered about. It doesn't look to be like they've taken anything that you can tell. Other than perhaps the doctor himself. But there does not appear to be any sign of anything of value being taken. Logan, is there anything that you're doing? before I come back to the other two.
Can't hear you, Ruben.
No, I still can't
No.
hear you.
Do you want me to cut to a quick break to see if we can fix the issue?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. No problem.
If you want. So we're going to take a quick break for technical issues. I wish I had like a little card with a dancing Cthulhu, but we unfortunately do not have that. You'll just have to put up with my face and these guys. But we shall be back. Thank you very much.
Back in a couple of minutes.
We're back. We've killed the monsters that were trying to eat the cables. Um, they're back in the box, ready for later on. So where we left off, Ruben, I don't know where that came from, but Ruben, what were you liking to do before we go back to Saricos and Dorn?
well, I'm a simple man, but I got a dog,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna have him like sniff around, like for
Okay.
once, see if he recognize, like if he sensed anyone before, smelled anyone before, or just get like a sense for the people that might have been in
Yeah.
there, so he might
Yeah.
recognize them in the future.
No problem. Give me, I would say, a sniffing roll, but I'm not sure what it comes under on Jack's character sheet.
Maybe just spot
Tracking?
hidden. I don't know. Yeah, tracking might be it.
Mm-hmm. I'll say it's up
Track-
to you. Neither use track or spot hidden.
Oh yeah, there's an option.
What, tracking
My
people?
track
Kinda
is
like-
very low.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what's track?
I know, right? I was like, what? I should be using that way more.
Yeah, track is basically the thing that to keep track of people as they run away from you, or if you're trying to hunt a specific creature / monster.
Ah.
Yes, it's basically.
It would make sense for
survival.
Doggo.
Yeah.
It would
It would make sense for
Doggo.
Doggo.
Yeah.
But it's very low, so I might just go with
Mm.
spot hidden.
I mean,
That's fine. That's
Doggo is
good.
a Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very good sniffer.
That's it. You use the spot hidden to find it, and then track to keep finding it. Essentially, I think that's how it works, or at least that's how I'm
Oh,
gonna run it.
Sounds right.
Ooh, that is pretty close. I'm not sure if Jack has luck, but if he wants to use it,
He has 10 luck. He's gonna use it.
fair enough. So with that, what we'll say happens is this. As Doran, Sarah's characters, sorry, there's various looking and forgetting where people are, sort of start looking around the desk. At the same time, Jack comes sniffing in, sort of sniffing around all of it. The three of you, at once, kind of begin to hear a little something, if I can bring it up. Give me a
Not
second.
the people on the desk. The Doggo.
Yeah. Where is that gone? I do apologize. Ah, there it is. It won't let me do it through there. Okay, give me a sec.
So do you know what Jack reminds me of? Everyone's seen Pet Foolery, the little webcam comic?
Yes.
Bruno, the Saint Bernard. Exactly how I imagine
Yeah.
Jack.
Yes. That's
Oh,
very
shit.
true.
Is there a bomb?
It's an egg timer.
Oh no.
Yes, so as Jack, Lucas, and sorry, Doran, I'm gonna keep forgetting everybody's names.
Sturgeon.
Sturgeon, come to the desk and sort of like look over it. You all begin to hear this ticking, and as some very high spot hidden rolls were sort of had, as you search for the source of this ticking, you do in fact discover what looks to be a device that may or may not explode and kill everybody within a block radius. How very far that is.
What skill would you use to disarm a bomb?
It's up to you, but you.
Punching it?
I mean, I feel like we should run out Action Man style.
Is there a timer?
There is a timer, and it does not appear to have that long left on the timer. I'd say less than
Okay.
We have less than a minute. We can get out of here
Fucking
now.
run.
Yeah.
I grabbed the letter on the desk.
Good. Okay, no problem.
The books.
As I'm running out, I'm
ah.
shouting that your boss sucks. Like,
Your boss sucks!
Would Sturgeon know how to disarm a bomb?
I mean, give me an intelligence roll.
Yes, I could do one of those. Int.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, you would not know how to disarm a bomb.
Isn't there people in here? Isn't this your father's library?
It
Isn't
seems
this
empty.
very bad?
It's the college library.
This is-
The minute
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
an office in the Miskatonic University that may or may not begin to explode in about 30 seconds.
Do
If-
they
fucking
have
run.
fire alarms?
Why can't we?
Was there fire alarms back in the day?
Maybe. But
just-
say there is, why not? There's a
Okay.
rudimentary fire alarm system where you can just sort of-
However it works, the first thing, immediately pull the fire alarm and start running.
yes, no problem.
There's a bomb! Run!
Just
And
the fire alarm is screaming as we run down this corridor.
where would the most expensive books be here?
They would probably be in that office.
Okay, first
If
thing I
not-
do is grab
like-
the most expensive and relevant books.
Okay.
Expensive first, and also relevant
me-
to the occult.
If I think
Give me
Nancy is
a
taking too long, I'll grab her and pick her up and run.
That's fine. I need a luck roll from Nancy to see if you get anything, and if so, what it is. Hard success. Nice.
Ah,
Nice!
You grab a couple of books before you are yanked
Thank
back by Sturgeon, and you all, I believe, just book it out of there. Yes.
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 Nice.
I'm just gonna say I have had Jack just run, and it just leaps away.
Books it.
He's
I
not
don't know why
he's
I'm
not
thinking-
like brave to a fault, so he's just poof. I book it.
Fair enough.
I mean, you should really
Um,
hand in your letter of resignation.
I feel like it's just as we're running. I feel it's a bit unnecessary right now.
Can we do the
can
slow
say
motion
you're
as it explodes
fired.
up though that we are like
It's like
As you
Baywatch.
run and evacuate the building, along with other terrified students and faculty of the university, you just about get outside when you hear the loud boom and feel the shock-wave of the bomb as it explodes.
I thought you were going to play a sound then. So I was a bit like...
I did look for one, but I forgot to download it.
this is where the joke is on us to actually put like a bomb that's noise later on that when we least suspect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What actually happened was that a little flag came out and just said boom. No. It did look like proper dynamite and all that shit. All that sort of boom. It's going to explode and it's going to hurt if I get caught in it.
Miss Keeper, did I cover Jack's ears so his little sensitive earsies doesn't get hurt?
If you wish, yes. I'll allow that. But yeah, so as you sort of like, it's pretty much as soon as you get your feet hit the pavement outside the university and it just boom rocks. You hear crumbling rubble, panic-stricken screams. There is a ringing in all of your ears.
Except
For
Jack's.
Jack's.
Except for Jack, because his ears were actually
Ah,
saying, oh, you know what? Yeah. 4. Fuck, okay. I'm not gonna do that. You're gonna take 2 points of damage as between just sort of the rubble, shrapnel, and the whole thing, it just hits you. So you take 2 points of damage. Unless you want to try and dodge it, in which case you can give me a dex roll.
can I
Can I
dodge?
just jump on Jack?
Oh, dodge, yeah. Hmm? What was that, sorry?
Jump
Ruben?
on Jack so I cover him?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Could I also do the same thing for a person?
Yeah, if you wish.
Can we jump on each other so just one person takes damage?
It's literally a dog pile on top of the dog.
I'll jump on
Doggo.
that. I'll jump on Nancy
Oh,
to cover her.
okay.
I'm not dodgy at all, but I'm gonna give it a go anyway, just to get a tick. No.
Fair enough.
Oh, was it a dodge or a dex?
I was gonna say dodge dex.
So
I'm
I
so
do-
used to doing D&D where it's like, oh, do a dex roll,
Yeah.
to dodge, and like, no, there's actually a dodge skill.
There's a dodge. Do
So,
I need to take damage then if I'm feeling
If you have a certain sturgeon on top of you, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
So everybody else took, other than Jack, took 2 points of damage as basically the shockwave, shrapnel, and just sort of the crowd of escapees just kind of crash into you as you kind of escape and sort of you get the ringing in the ears, the whole sort of take a breather. Your lungs sort of like fill up with this sort of burnt taste and just burning ash sort of thing. As you begin to sort of like come to your senses and have a look around, you do realise that it is, or at some point within the last 10-15 minutes that you've been in there, it has begun to rain.
It's like when a bank explodes in a movie. All like the burning book paper is just like floating from the sky.
Yes, there's definitely
Just genuine distraught. Oh, it's the rain.
Yes, I haven't
Sorry.
some monster that sounds like rain just after that exploding you guys. It is just
No, I thought it was my dog had done something. I was like, "What are you okay?" Yeah, just no, you're good. All right. Yeah, just the genuine sadness, while also trying to keep the books that she currently has dry. Like shove some in her bag, but and the others that don't fit, she's just wrapping them with a jacket.
I'll look over
And
at
just,
Nancy
like,
and
Thank you to little thank you to Sturgeon.
no problem. And Sturgeon reaches into his coat and pulls out his collapsible umbrella. And kind of holds. I have it. It's in my character sheet. It's in. I can see it right there. It cost me $1.79.
I love
And
it.
I'll just kind of hold it over Nancy as she's doing her book stuff as well.
No problem. As you're all collecting yourselves, can I have a spot hidden from you all, please?
Jack too?
Jack too, yeah, why not?
Extreme on all accounts. Wow. I've never been so alert in my life.
But I hope,
The
hope you will.
adrenaline.
It's back in the war. I'm ready.
Yeah, that's the point.
Even in -2, it's just even with -2 thing, I got extreme success on everything. Holy wow.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh.
fuck.
So, Sturgeon,
Yes.
I believe that's everybody. Yeah. Sturgeon, as you're sort of collecting yourself and looking around and you see everybody, you kind of notice someone who sticks out. Though crowd is gathering, and sort of like coming to aid other people and yourselves, you notice that there is a hooded figure who seems to be watching your small group. As you sort of notice them, you realise that this hooded figure is also masked. They're wearing a sort of very dark black mask that you can't make out any features. But for brief seconds, your eyes sort of connect. And at that moment, the figure turns and starts walking very quickly towards a waiting car.
I will drop my umbrella and start fucking it.
Okay.
I will fucking hop, skip, and jump over people.
Terminator run.
Yeah.
Come with me if you want to do it.
Perfect form. Every damn.
Yes.
Jack won't know what happens, but he will run with him just because he gets
He's
excited.
running. Yeah, he's running. Yeah, I know that. I know that dog kind of thing. Believe me.
I'm assuming we're seeing Surgeon just run.
Yeah, you
The umbrella
see
drops.
Sturgeon just terminate a run towards some random dude. Not even that actually.
Hey, get back here! Is what I shout.
Okay.
Should we follow? Just say to everyone else. I'm out of breath
Pick
myself.
up the umbrella, just like
I will say you'll need to give me a dodge roll to see if you can dodge the gathering crowd to actually get up to the dude or the figure.
Wait, these are college kids, right?
These are college kids. These are like security. These are all sorts of people now because essentially all the nearby businesses and houses, they've come out to find out what the fuck happened. You've got maybe a couple of police, firefighters are already making their way there. It's sort of like all hell's broken loose, and they're all sort of
Instead of jumping around them, can I go? Can I just barge through them? Would that be better?
As
Would that be possible?
I'll say, give me a strength check then. A strength roll.
That's a success.
Nice.
Jack gets lost in the crowd momentarily because they
No.
all sort of like after Sturgeon sort of like bowls through them, they all sort of like do that thing where they come into the crowd and he just sort of blocks. It's not badly or hurting Jack, just sort of like he can't although he's barking at them to piss off the way, they're not moving and he's sort of like. But you manage to bowl through. And you kind of come out where like the crowd's thinnest, and you can see the guy has just sort of got there now, and he's sort of like pulling open the door of a waiting car.
How far away is he?
I'd say about 20-25 feet away. As he's sort of got his hand on the car and he's putting a foot in, you hear the engine sort of roar to life as it begins to get into gear and take off. Essentially with this guy just sort of hanging on. And as it does, it drives straight past you.
I'm going to try and shoot the tyre.
Okay, I will say you can do that. Though as this is a moving vehicle, it will be with a penalty dice.
It's going to say, quick, use our new skill that we learnt of tracking. That we learnt today.
Today. With a penalty dice.
Yes.
Okay.
So roll the purple one, and we'll take the one.
That's a fumble.
Yeah.
I will take the fumble, fool. This is the
Oh,
thing.
you will take the.
I will
devil's
take the deal with the devil.
Okay.
For Nancy's honour.
Nancy's honor. Okay, this is what happens. You line up your shot. You hit the tire. The tire explodes, sending the car.
Don't blame me
reeling
when
off,
this goes wrong.
and it flips. As it flips, it hits several people that were crowding on the street.
Oh no.
This is bad things that happen. You can hear several screams and shouts.
Oh shit.
As you sort of come across the... Do you go up to the car?
Yeah.
You come up to the car. You can't hear any movement from inside. Looking in the front part of the car, the driver is dead. The driver also wears one of these like sort of very dark masks. You begin to hear some groaning from the passenger behind. As you turn to look, you realise as you meet eyes with him once again that he's in pain and he has a gun in his hand. He begins to sort of put it up to him and he pulls the trigger. You succeeded, but something very bad happened.
Very bad happened. I can't stop him at all or anything like that.
It was a bit sort of like his hand was like here when you saw him, and he literally just there was no stopping him.
Okay.
But yeah.
Never take the devil's deal, kids.
I mean,
Oh no!
take the devil's deal. I mean, he didn't get away. It's just he didn't also stay.
He got away a different way.
Yes.
Yes. I will stop helping the crowd, but I got ran over.
Yeah. Thankfully, I will say that there's not a lot of serious injury. Maybe one or two are more in shock. There's maybe one person who was actually kind of hit and probably got a few broken bones, but they should be fine. It's just a lot more case of the shock of, oh, there's an explosion, oh, there's a car, sort of thing.
Life isn't safe.
Yeah, I mean, one day you're just going about your business, next day something explodes and you get another. They must have.
Can I search their bodies as well? If no one in the audience, if no one in the crowd is dying or dead, I will loot the bodies before the cops get a chance to.
I'd like to loot.
I like to loot the bodies. That is fine. While this is going on, what are you doing? I'd like a spot hidden check from you, please, Dawn.
Spot hidden. But Sturgeon's like a fucking bloodhound when it comes to this shit. I say that. Okay, hard success.
Nice.
I should have said that before I rolled.
You're just lucky that you have a.
So my talent, keen vision, I think it's called, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so what the rest of you are doing after seeing this car, Sturgeon chase after it, shoot the tire out, and it sort of crash spectacularly, and you hear a lone gunshot as Sturgeon approaches the car. What
I'm
you
gonna
guys
run.
Need. Gotta go.
Go over.
Just look to.
Are you going to also loot the bodies?
No, I'm gonna touch it and do psychometry.
You do the looting of.
I'm gonna touch the bodies.
I'll loot their minds.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna
So-
check the trunk of the car.
Yeah, no problem. I'll come to that then while people are rolling. Opening the trunk, it's like a normal trunk. There's like spare tire iron, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of other stuff. By the looks, it's basically empty. It doesn't look to have been used recently. Ooh, hard success in the psychometry. Nice. So we'll come to the bodies first, then we'll come to psychometry. I hate words like that.
I hate you,
So-
word.
I hate word. Yeah, so looking through the bodies, they do always have good loot. Yes. Looking through, you find several things. There does seem to be a set of keys, a letter. It appears sort of like tucked in, almost like in a hidden pocket. I want to say, long as maybe $20 in cash.
I'll leave that.
Okay. But he doesn't seem to have any ID on him.
Mhm.
On this one guy, we'll say this is the driver. On the second guy, the guy who shot himself, obviously his gun. There's a few sort of rounds, like in a small box, ammo box essentially, in his pocket,
Mhm.
along with a scribbled note and some loose chain shrapnel, sort of like a couple of dimes, couple of quarters, that sort of thing, and about $5.
I'll take the
Yes.
note and leave everything else. I'll also take the mask that the guy was wearing.
You're taking one of the masks.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, one of them? They were both wearing them?
They were both wearing masks, yes, the driver and the passenger.
I'll take both.
You take both. Okay, fair enough. With that, we come to the psychometry. Now, can you remind me what that does exactly?
So it's basically I touch something, and then I get like all memories and basically whatever you decide to give me from it is.
Okay. Well, you got a hard.
Yeah.
Which is good. So as you sort of put, what are you touching exactly? The car or one of the bodies?
We touching the guy who shot himself because that seems a bit
Okay.
sketchy.
As you put your hand on him, you are slightly overwhelmed by flashes of images. What you make out is that this person was one of the ones that, by the looks and what you can tell, kidnapped Dr. Armitage. They took him. This guy that you were like sharing memories, he's one of the ones that actually planted the bomb. As he left, he then came down just to sort of see what would happen, and saw you guys exit. He had a sort of idea that you may have been with Nancy having books in her arms, books that he recognised from Armitage's office. He reckoned that you had been in the office and were possibly there to see him. When he saw that Sturgeon sort of clocked him, he left. Before obviously everything happened and he took his life. The last thing that you remember, like that this guy, like the thought that comes through, is technically 3 words. I say technically because there is 4 words. For the solemn screams. So I'll put that in the chat as well for people.
And then with that, I'll say to Nancy if she's around, Maybe your boss is not a dick. I'll admit that at the moment. Hold
not a
on.
Dick.
Hold on, the letter of resignation.
The minute the crowd's gathering and sort of snapped back into it, and the fact that the police are coming and that had happened, I'm gonna sort of walk over and just be like, we need to leave. We need to leave. We need to leave right now.
Should we not stay? The police will
We
have
cannot
questions.
be exact. And what's the answers gonna be, Sturgeon?
Well, answer
Sorry.
honestly. But if we run from a crime scene, they'll chase us.
My boss was kidnapped by a member of a cult who worshipped the occult. That's going to go over really well. We need to leave.
Very well. I will whistle very loudly for Jeeves to pick us up, I guess. Or I call him. Do we have phones? Do phones exist?
They do, but they are not mobile.
Okay.
No,
They are
they are
like
large.
Yes.
I'll either whistle for my car or we should go to
I will say as
where
well
it's
that you
parked.
have noticed that some people have wandered off as well from the scene. So it's not like they're really locking down like they do today sort of thing where they cordon everything off. It's more like the cops are arriving, not anything else going on. This is back in the 1920s, so police procedure goes out the window. You're lucky if any crime gets solved.
All the police see is us going over to the car, seeing if we can help.
Yeah, and
And that's
it doesn't appear that you were sort of noticed for being in sort of trouble or anything, or being the cause of anything, despite the fact that one of you shot something. Yeah, it seems like you're able to sort of scoot away into the night, so to speak. Well, the afternoon, mid-morning. But you're easy to sort of sneak off, get in Jesus' car, and just drive out of Dodge. Where are you headed?
Well, before anything, I take the scribbled note, the note the other guy had, and then Dr. Armitage's note that was on his desk, and I give them all
Yes.
to Nancy. I found these. I don't know if they're useful to you.
We can figure this out once we're away from here. I don't have the time right now.
Are you okay?
Just so much history is gone. Some of those were original copies or first editions, or the only books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just pining after.
All that lost
Books.
knowledge.
Literally, that's the only they can come for me, they can come for my boss, but how dare they come for the books?
Well, our knowledge. Yes.
How
You
dare
can take
they?
my life, but you can never take my book knowledge.
Literally.
Especially before the internet was invented, where you can just copy everything onto the internet.
Yeah.
No. Fuming.
So many
I'm just gonna
Wikipedia pages are going to come from this not being correct because the original knowledge was not there.
Yes.
It's Alexander all over again. I'm just gonna take up from the hidden back pocket. I'm gonna take up the pen and say, "Here's something to remember the library by," and I give her the pen.
It's half burnt, melted.
No,
It's
the pen.
crooked as hell.
Oh no,
Doesn't
no.
work.
Pen is in perfect
Mint
working order.
condition.
Yeah, it's mint,
Yeah.
untouched. It looks as pristine as the day it was made. It's a special pen.
It's really
If Dr. Armitage is still alive, he may thank you. Just put it in my pocket instead.
When I was searching the car,
I literally bit myself on the back.
when I was searching the car, did I notice any sign of Dr. Armitage's? Did I notice any blood that was in the trunk or in the back seat that wasn't already the driver's or the passenger side that was already there, maybe slightly dried or coagulated from
No,
when they?
there didn't seem to be any like old signs of blood or anything like that. It seems to be a pretty clean car. So, but you think that Dr. Armitage being not a necessarily slim, frail dude, it may have been that they had others there with them. Because I'm not sure if we'll say that Sterling saw about 4 people along with Mr. Shot in the Face dude to essentially take Armitage. So the fact that you've only got 2 means that the other 2 could have gone into another car and driven off with him.
From the memories, was there any specific place mentioned or like image of a place?
Give me a second. No,
Yes, thankfully no wild magic table. Sorry.
It would be like a
Robin.
horror table at the on this stream.
No, we have deals with devils instead, which is, well...
It's terrible.
To be
I don't want to do
honest,
that ever again.
I wouldn't put it past you, Tash, that there is some sort of wild table that you've got.
I will say
Eldritch
this.
table.
I will have to make one, but it will exist at some point.
Thank you for giving her the idea.
Oh, no. It was going to be a sort of reason. Saying that, I have the phobia table, which means that could work.
That's true.
Depending which one you have, the Cthulhu one or the Pulp Cthulhu one. But yeah, there's also going to have to be random tables because of various reasons. But yeah, back on track. What were we on about?
Place or image?
Oh, places. You got the sense of somewhere underground, like a cellar or bunker, but you're not sure. You didn't get a go to the basement of XYZ streets and all that. You just got the sense of the guy coming from somewhere underground. That's as far back as you kind of managed to get.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Is there anything else you guys are doing in the car? Ooh, that was a bit...
Did anyone pick up my umbrella?
Probably.
I've still got it. Yeah, I
Okay.
put it in the car.
Cool. I won't have to delete it from my character sheet.
I mean, you could always pick up another one. Unless we
True. It's expensive, like $1.
They're $1. Which is why I was surprised you didn't take the 20.
No. I don't want the police thinking I stole because I was like looting their bodies or something. I wanted I wanted an alibi at least. Be like,
It wasn't the money.
It wasn't for the money. I was for looking for my dead friend, maybe potentially.
Potentially. Yeah.
I wanted the alibi. Plus, Sturgeon's well off anyway. He doesn't need the money.
Sturgeon has a butler.
Sturgeon has a butler.
A butler driver.
And maybe a really good house. Are we going to... should we go to my house?
I feel like
We can calm down there. We've got plenty of rooms for you all.
What if it's just a cabin? What if it's all
It's all a hoax. It's a lie. I'm part of this cult. I put on the mask.
it's just a motel room.
Oh, that reminds me. Sterling.
Hmm?
Do you know anything about this mask? Does it mean anything? Is it from somewhere?
Could I do an occult thing or?
Oh.
I think it's a mask. What's is it like a bank robber's mask or is it?
Do you know anything about this mask?
I know too much about that mask.
I will say, and I'm pretty sure that's a fucking spider. Sorry, getting distracted by real world creepies. Fuck you. It is essentially, for those who have not played it, I will say look up. It is similar in sort of appearance as the Dishonored Corvo mask. I do actually have one, but I'm not sure where it is right now. Otherwise, I would be showing you. But it's essentially a sort of dark black skull. I will actually see if I can find it. Give me a second. Dishonored mask.
Can we check if any of us recognize the for the solemn screams?
You can make a roll for that, yeah.
So
Thank you, Spider.
I would like
What
to
role
do.
would that be?
That would be a occult roll.
70.
Yeah, I'll do the cult roll for the mask, 'cause I feel like that's a cult mask.
It looks like a cult.
Extreme. I could do my job.
I can do my job, guys. I can do it.
I just needed a bomb to go off to get my head into shape.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I'll say. Hang on. So
Oh,
for
for the
the
mask.
yeah, I'll quickly put one up on screen. So essentially, once it uploads, I'm watching you, Spider. Sorry, I don't like spiders. So yeah, so essentially,
Definitely
I'll
feel like
say
that's
it's
a
like-
cult thing.
yeah, it is a full, like, sort of like black skull mask. I will say, however, that rather than like the jaw like that, it's like a full sort of skeletal jaw with black stitching that seems to stitch the mouth shut almost. And obviously where it has like funny lenses on the image, it doesn't have those moving up. It's just simple eye holes. Oh, holes I was going to call them then. But yeah, so simple eye holes. There's no real like gold part to it. It is literally just jet black, essentially a black skull with black stitching on the lips. But what did you guys get?
Extreme.
Success.
Sorry, I'm fighting spiders as well. Don't like them. Fuck you. So you have a success, fail, extreme, and a fail. Okay. So looking at the mask, you know that certain cults and sort of organizations tend to like using masks in their ceremonies as markers for rituals, that sort of thing. Though you haven't necessarily seen this mask or any images related to it, you know that certain cults and sort of organizations, including those. Let me just get this right because. Shit, which one is it in? Hang on.
It's in one of the books that exploded.
I have like 3 very thick books in front of me that are like twice the size of that. But yeah, so you know that a group of organizations known collectively as the Inheritors are known to be quite violent, which a bomb is also quite violent of. And they tend to wear, especially when they're committing their violent acts and rituals and stuff like that, they tend to be known to wear masks of various degree, whether they be built up sacks with like red crosses, they're ornate looking things. It's various different masks sort of thing, to each sort of like almost like say if the Inheritors is the religion, the sort of like Catholic Protestants and all that have their own different masks. Best way to describe it. Cult is a religion.
Denominants? Factions.
Factions, yes. Each faction has their own sort of name and masks. Some of them, it's sort of believed that they came, or at least had some of their teachings, or sort of thing, as the Ku Klux Klan and that sort of thing. Where, oh yeah, they're not the nicest of people, but they've taken like pages from their playbooks on how to get their agendas across and stuff like that. But they're not like overtly racist like the Klan. They're like, you're all
Just hate everyone collectively.
yeah, they're like equal opportunity haters.
That's nice of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should look for more information about them. Is there a library nearby?
There
It's
was.
It was.
Sorry, Nancy.
Jesus, Logan.
There was the
The
one
nominations. Thank you.
the nominations.
Someone
Yes.
words.
More complicated words than A, B, C. Don't bother asking me. But yeah, so these denominations are, and then because you've got an extreme, you'd know that they were covens, and there are various sort of covens that essentially want to bring about the end of the world because they think it's sort of like I don't offend anybody if you are that religion, but the closest I can kind of come to it is Jehovah's Witnesses, where after the rapture they inherited the earth. It's that sort of thing, but with more tentacles essentially. So I will apologise if I offend any actual Jehovah's Witnesses or anybody of any religion, because yeah, these basically are you guys just with more tentacles and more violence. But these guys are known to basically trying to bring about the end of the world via various cosmic deities, that in the hopes that at the end of the world, after everything's settled down, shut up phone, that essentially they become the new rulers and all that lovely business, because they're gonna live forever, right?
I was gonna go and say that's a bad plan.
Yeah. I mean, they
tentacle
can,
demon.
yeah, they can keep control of Cthulhu, right? It's
He's a
not-
reasonable guy.
Yeah. So, what are you guys doing? Are you heading to anywhere in particular?
Should we head to Sturgeon's house and then at least check through the books we got and the letters we got and try and formulate a plan from there?
Yeah.
Go on.
Do you have maps?
In my
For
house.
Sturgeon's mansion? No.
No.
So we shall use the theatre of the mind, and hopefully this helps you guys. But we will describe things for you guys at home.
I also don't have any maps of
No,
country
I didn't
either.
have a map. I didn't mean like a map for his house, as in does
Oh.
Sturgeon own maps at his house?
Probably.
I have like one or two.
Okay.
Did it just dive
that
bar
may-
maps to like various?
It's like more of a road map of like when I travelled more, I guess.
Fair enough.
I would have actually one or two because I went overseas in the war and stuff. So I would have like one or two.
You probably would have a few, and it'd be easy enough to pick up a couple of maps anyway, if you so wished. But yeah, I'll say that's easy enough for you guys to go, and sort of words. Go pick up a few maps, have a look, and make some plans if you so wish.
Yes. First things, are we there yet, or are we still in the car?
I'll say you're there. Yeah, there's no problem.
So you pull into a very gated, like house, where it's not the biggest around, but it's in a more fancier area in town, and it's probably smaller than an actual mansion, but it's still a pretty big house.
Fair enough.
And it smells of a lot of tobacco when you get in.
I feel like sitting in your car with nose blind to the smell of tobacco.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
If you did not know Sterling and you just kind of entered the house, the smell would hit you like a ton of bricks. However, because you've been around him so long, you're sort of immune.
Or just at least resistant.
I will say this is also the 1920s, so you're probably used to the smell of tobacco around the place because it's just everywhere.
The huge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they were giving cigarettes to like 5-year-olds at the time because it helped them.
They were.
Yeah.
So like his house is filled with like different framed newspaper clippings of fights he's won, some medals of honor, trophies of boxing, and you probably see like a bar belt of like the classic strongman, like giant balls of like concrete with like 1,000 symbol on it or something.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, just laying around, like signs of like his travels and journey.
Mm-hmm.
like Eldon's house. Yeah, so there's plenty of room around you. Around here, so you can pick a room. Jeeves can show you around if you're hungry. Are you hungry? Actually, no, I'm in his house now.
Sorry.
I need a table. I need a table.
Table. It's in the dining room.
Okay, thank you. Just to the table.
Bless for Nancy.
Mm-hmm. So what we'll say with the bless and all that, for Cthulhu, the way it'll work is essentially you have a bonus die that you can use whenever. We'll say just for this session, and then they won't roll over for now. Though I think I'll probably talk with Bree and work some hocus pocus behind the scenes. But yeah. So essentially, whatever roll you can use it on your next one, the last roll you do, but you can have a bonus die, and that is basically bless.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What, like I get one, or were you just explaining bless? Because I thought they were just being nice, like, bless Nancy.
No, they have also deemed it, so it's like, okay. So essentially, I'm explaining it and like how we're going to do it because it works slightly different in Cthulhu. Thank you.
Okay.
I know sometimes I do good thinking, not very often, but sometimes.
It happens.
It happens on the rare occasions. Usually when I've had a lot of sugar or lack of sleep, or both. But yeah, so essentially, from now we'll say that you've got a bonus die to whatever roll you want, but once you use it,
It's done.
So,
cool.
Yes. So
Cool.
you guys, I would say you find. I assume he has some sort of library, though it's probably more of a trophy room.
Yeah.
With various small belts, trophies, newspaper clippings, sort of thing. But there is a large enough table that you can sort of spread yourself out on, and sort of make plans. Essentially, it's like war room. I love that term. That's why I use it everywhere now. But essentially, you have a large enough room where you can all sit down around, say, a large table, and sort of go over what's happened and plan out what you're doing next, if you so wish.
Yeah, I might got some useful information in this library of newspapers that I have, but that's about it. Not much of a. I read a little bit, but not much.
Mm-hmm.
Busy.
First things first is reading the letters.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I'll just hand the one that Sturgeon found back to Sturgeon. Didn't Sterling find another one as well?
I didn't find a letter.
No.
I'm pretty sure Sturgeon found all.
Sturgeon found them both. Okay.
I found 3 of them. I found a scribbling of notes, a letter on the driver, and I found a blood-soaked letter on the desk.
Okay. I will look at the blood-soaked letter. You can look at the letter from the driver. And then I'll give the random scribbling letter to Sterling.
Okay.
Because I feel like if anyone's going to make sense out of gibberish, it would be him.
Yeah, gibberish.
I don't know if I should feel insulted or not.
No, that is the highest of compliments.
Yes, you understand gibberish, right?
Not so much gibberish, more like the meaning and the intent behind it is what I was thinking. From watching him work. And I'll just look at. I'll ask Logan if he could just check the books that I found, just to make sure that none of them were like burnt, or let's just assess the damage if he wouldn't mind.
I'll say that the books look fine. They're not burnt. They're not water damaged. But we'll come back to what they actually are. The scribbled note, the sort of like gibberish. What do you think is gibberish? It's just very bad handwriting. But it looks to be just sort of Dr. Armitage. I can't remember his full name, but essentially his full name. Take back to hideout. That's essentially all it is. By the looks, it's just sort of this person's been given his orders, and he's just kept them in his pocket.
Oh, I feel like I would do a psychometry on that straight away.
Yep. Give me a psychometry, please.
Nope.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
It's a lot of jumbled up images and sounds, and you just can't make your heads or tails of it. There's also the other letter that was on the hidden pocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This
The hidden
seems
pocket
to
letter.
be... Yes. It is slightly strange. Taking it out, it does sort of seem almost coded. It seems to be made up of the best way I can describe is sort of like World War II, where the whole sort of you ask for a Lucky Strike cigarette. Oh, I only have X. That sort of coded like you answer and response type thing.
There's going to be a World War II. What? yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna need. I believe it is a language. Language own roll, please. So that should be your education. Which is...
I'd say, would he not get it like a little bit extra, the purple die, because of being in the war as well?
I will say it's sort of like a military thing, coding. So I will say that you would get. Yeah, go on. I'll give you a bonus die.
Yeah. Woo!
I'll be
I got
nice.
55 in it.
Yes, because I put your education there.
Oh,
So
nice.
essentially, it's your education. How well you did in school.
Success.
So it takes you a couple minutes, but you're able to sort of like put this here. Okay, fair enough. It looks to be a coded message from someone higher up in what you assume to be this sort of faction to what they describe as the worms.
The
Essentially,
worms.
The worms. The grunts. It goes on, and I will probably type this up at some point and put it somewhere for people to read. But it's basically describing the plans are moving forward. We've taken, or we aim to take the Doctor to help find the artifact before... to find the key before we can use it to open the vessel and release this chained siren.
Chain siren.
Yes.
What was the term? What was the word? What was the word you got, Sturgeon? Or phrase you got? A Sturgeon? Sterling.
Solemn scream.
Yeah.
brain.
Let's quickly scroll up. For the solemn screams, yeah.
Can I make an occult roll to see if I know anything about the siren or anything that was just said?
I would say an occult roll for the screams, but for the siren itself, it would probably be a Cthulhu Mythos roll. Yep, you know nothing about the screams. And siren, it's...
I don't know if I've encoded this correctly.
It's either like the cults have been smoking some really good mushrooms, or there's some sort of thing that you don't know of yet and possibly may not want to.
I don't know if I've decoded this correctly. Do you know anything about this, Sterling?
Can I try to see if...
Yep.
There's like a piece of paper next to the letter of like all the de-encoding keys I found and all that.
Oh, I'm using a luck. I'm so close. I'm sorry.
That this is where your devil's bargain comes to play in, or your deal with the creature comes in.
Uh-oh.
As you fail the Cthulhu Mythos roll, you can instead succeed. However, and it will succeed properly. You'll get probably a bit more information than what you'd get if you succeeded normally. However, you will lose sanity. Because you cannot use luck for Cthulhu Mythos rolls.
I mean,
so essentially,
I got 95 sanity. I'm pretty much happy for this.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go! Doing your job.
Doing my job.
Okay.
Can I gain in my thoughts?
You will also gain this as a mythos.
Okay, I see no like negative of this so far.
So you will gain 9 points to your Cthulhu mythos.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm seeing no
Nice.
negative, and I'm worried.
And you also lose 9 points of sanity.
But it's fine.
Which means I will need a sanity roll from you.
Does Sterling eyes kind of roll back in his head and turn black?
They do. You
Oh
will.
gosh.
I will describe exactly what happens once we find out exactly what happens.
Ah, thank God.
Success.
So essentially, you all see Sterling's eyes roll back. Rather than being white, they turn black, and he
Oh,
begins
good
to sort
God.
of cry blood.
Oh, cool.
Sterling,
I'm seeing no negative.
you see once again this vortex, this black tentacled vortex of red eyes and open mouths, as it laughs. Couldn't resist. I see what you're trying to find out. This way. And as you look into one of its eyes, you get the image of a tall figure trapped in chains and ice, somewhere very deep below. You get the sense of hunger and sort of rage, and that if this thing was to be released, a new plague of violent creatures would basically overrun the earth. And then your vision clears and you're back in the room. Simple as.
You're right, buddy.
I'll just get a tissue out and just.
I need this. Got red on you.
How many fingers am I holding up?
I can't see, it's dark. 3?
3. 3.
Okay, cool. And I'll take the tissue and I'll sort of wipe my eyes, but like, so they've got something chained up. I'm not sure what, but it's kind of like, you remember the dragon that got chained up in that fight?
No, what dragon? Of course I remember the dragon.
What do you mean dragon?
Don't want to talk about the dragon.
You know the thing that you said that didn't happen before when you first met us? That did.
Definitely.
How is your thoughts? Have your thoughts changed on that?
I feel like I'm just in the. I think I'm going crazy, but I'll just go along with it.
I feel like that sorts best. So there was a
Yeah.
there was a dragon
I'm
Yeah,
not
of
made
course.
up of yes.
Mm.
Made out
We
of
won't
bones.
put you through that, but there was a dragon. Just believe us on that.
I'm not sure if it was an actual dragon, but it's chained up in the same way of, you know, the ice chains that wrapped around the dragon after your tattoo, magic rock fin that I refuse to touch because no.
Yes,
That-
yes, that's sadly disappeared.
That is what I saw chaining up the creature. Basically the same sort of chains.
Oh, okay.
And
Damn
I-
it, we
I
could have
feel
used that.
fine as well.
Okay, but how are you feeling?
I mean, I'm assuming I'm feeling alright, to be honest. I've still got a massive amount of sanity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you feel a bit of a headache, but other than that, you're relatively fine.
Yeah.
This time.
Okay,
In my defense, I thought I was used this a lot later than I actually did, so I'm proud of myself.
yeah. Okay, that's never happened to you before. Glad you're okay.
Did you do your weird memory searching thing before? Like you do from everything I assume you touch?
No, I mean, I didn't actively try to do it this time, which is a bit concerning in itself, but it's fine. I'll keep control of it.
Is there an insight check in this game?
I'm sorry. I am literally avoiding information, but it's fine.
I will say you can psychoanalyze your friend to see if they're telling the truth.
Can I do something against that?
I would say lie, charm, or fast.
I'm gonna say you don't need to. I have a 1 in this.
I would say fast talk. I mean, it's always good just to.
I can't do.
I will use all of my luck. No.
I mean, I might get an extreme
Just in
fail.
case, yeah, or even if you succeed.
I mean, I failed.
Yeah.
I can't do fast talk.
That's fine.
We just stare at each other.
What
nothing
did we need to
happens.
do?
I would say like, is he lying about anything about what we just said?
I'm not lying. I'm just not telling the whole truth.
I know more than I'm sharing, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Problem.
I will never get this skill up. It is a 1. I will never succeed on this.
Everyone's got 1 because I've got a 1 in that as well.
Yeah.
I think it's the base value. So
It's the base
It
value,
is.
and I think you need a special
Yeah.
Cool.
job to get it up. I think.
Yeah.
yeah, or put the point in there when you
Yeah.
But yeah,
So yeah, so
what I'm seeing is that chained up figure. I don't know where it's chained up. I'm assuming it's underground for like earlier feelings of stuff being underground. But if they release it, then bad news. Okay, other creatures are gonna come and take over the world. You know, typical stuff in our job. I'm gonna say it's our job now. I feel like you're part of this. It's another day in the office. It's fine.
Mm.
We are making it a habit of working together.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then I'll just look at. I'd assume it's Dr. Armitage's letter.
this letter is written quite well. It looks to be very formal stationery. It is addressed to him on a more personal basis, so it's his first name, which I can never remember. So, B. So we'll call him Ben for now. Why not? So, dear Ben, I've looked.
Ben Armitage.
Ben Armitage. That is his new name. Whatever it was before, it's now Ben.
It's now Ben.
It's now Ben. I've looked into what you asked. From what I can tell, there's a new coven in the area that's looking to release something that shouldn't be. From what I can tell, they're violent and dangerous. They have the means and methods. However, they need to locate certain things before they can progress. I believe that some of what they need is for certain stars to align. Unfortunately, that time is approaching for those stars. I will have to meet up with you in person to discuss more, as I dare not risk my own colleagues finding that I'm helping you. But write back and I will arrange things. And it's signed from a Missouri Moses.
Would I have heard his name before?
You have heard the name. I believe you have heard the name Missouri Moses before, though I'm not entirely sure where.
Does he come to the library and to meet the doctor before?
You don't think that they've approached the doctor before that while you've been there, sort of thing?
Okay.
Just
You
will
heard around.
Yeah. You will notice on the stationery as well. There is a sort of like a round sort of symbol, almost like a seal, with Novus. Is it Novus Angeleus? I think that's how you say it. Do not quote me.
Exactly what I'm gonna do.
Fuck. But yeah, so Novus Angelus is what I'm gonna say. 'Cause I
Is
can't
that
remember it.
Latin or
It is Latin for 9 angels.
9 angels?
Yes. I believe it's in this book. It might be.
Which is great because I would be able to read.
Ah, yes, it is. Hang on. Novan Angelus, yes, sorry. So I will type that in the chat as well. So it's a sort of round sigil with what looks to be 9 wings surrounding a pyramid with an Illuminati, basically a 9-winged Illuminati symbol.
Brilliant.
With a sort inside a round circle with Novum Angelus.
Okay.
Yes, around it.
Would I have ever heard of them before? At all?
Give me an occult or history roll, please.
Story. Ha 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 ha. I'll go with that one. Damn. Never mind.
So yeah, not quite sure. It's one of those things. You get the feeling that you have heard of them, but it's so vague, and you're not entirely sure.
Okay.
So with that, I think it's a good time to take a break. So.
Cup of tea. Cup of tea.
Some of the
tea.
investigators are going to refuel, and such. So we'll be back, say in about 5-10 minutes. Is that, or do people want longer? I'm not sure how long breaks usually last.
It's about quarter
5
past.
10
10
minutes is okay.
Yeah. So by about 15:15 we'll be back. So go, refill, refresh, enjoy yourselves, and then come back for some more horror and whatever we end up doing.
Now we are. I thought we were.
Yeah.
Is there a lag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was checking those,
There is a
but
little
no,
bit.
there was. Now, we're live now, we're
Now
back.
we
Yeah,
are.
Repeat
Yeah,
everything we
now
just said.
yeah. I don't know why it didn't click over. It just didn't want to play.
Wait, so have
we
they
thought-
missed everything?
Yes,
No.
we thought we were live when we weren't.
Yes.
So now we're live actually
Yeah.
now. So
Right,
recap,
this is
we
more
just read.
confusing than the actual Cthulhu.
Look, stop giving Sterling, who's just had his mind controlled, control of the stream.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Stop giving possessed / mind control people control of something that they possibly shouldn't, but we trust Sterling now. Yeah, so apparently, guys, you missed all that. They basically won. So thank you, Cole. I don't know.
We defeated the demons. Send them back to
Yeah,
hell.
we beat Cthulhu.
Yeah, they punched him in the face. They had a party. Everybody got drunk. Marilyn Monroe was there. It was awesome.
I have her phone number.
Probably. Yeah, so no. Essentially, there wasn't much that you missed. We just sort of come back. So, hi.
Yes.
Yes.
Sturgeon has written the cipher for the code down, so if you can he can decode any other further letters from this cult
If they use the same cipher.
if they use the same cipher.
Yes. And we were just going on to the books that were found, rescued by Nancy in her desperate attempt to save the knowledge.
Save the knowledge.
Save the knowledge. And the first of which is a thick, red leather bound book. The cover looks a bit tatty. And there's a sort of, I want to say brass sort of lock on the top, which has a leather strap. It's that sort of like diary almost, where it has the leather strap and then there's a lock. Though you cannot see a keyhole, there is a very tiny hole at the top of where the lock would be.
Sterling pulls out a set of keys he got from one of the cultists.
Mm-hmm.
Would these fit? I
No.
put them down on the table.
No. Essentially, the difference is the keys are all fit like normal size locks. The hole on the lock on the book is like a pinprick in size comparison.
Can we just shove a pin down there? See what happens?
If you wish.
I
vote for that.
Voting and doing are two different things. What are you doing?
Does anyone know how to pick a lock?
I can try.
You certainly can.
Is that I'm pretty sure that's one, isn't it?
Locksmith.
I have a 1. I ain't gonna try.
I also got a 1.
I also have a one.
God damn it. I
Are
mean, I,
you better than the rest of us?
See,
I don't think,
so you
I
know,
don't think he is.
I will say this: there's always more than one way to open a book, especially in Cthulhu.
Yeah. Let's just see what's here first, and we can decide after.
Ask it nicely.
See what else we've got.
it does give us
Look,
that alibi for the police now because none of us can pick open locks, so we are not thieves.
Yes. The other book is much thinner, smaller, probably I want to say about 7 inches in length. It's bound in this sort of like black, midnight, like very dark blue leather, with sort of like silver, like I want to call them bookends, like the little bits that go on the end. And you can open it. It's locked. But as you sort of open it and sort of like flick through all the pages, which are sort of like black, vellum, I want to say, there does not appear to be any writing on the pages.
That's such a good word, though.
What?
Veltmer? What did you say?
Vellum. It's like
Vellum?
a very thick, old kind of paper.
Ooh, that's such a good word.
Yes. It's what magic swirls are made out of in D&D and stuff. Or should be, anyway.
Can I examine the pen
You can
that I
examine them.
stole?
Yep.
Well, no. It's
It's with Nancy, yes. But if you
yeah,
wish,
Nance
you
has
can
it.
have-
Can I ask if? Yeah, I ask if I can examine it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Of course.
So the pen itself is a very nice fountain pen, sort of well used, but like gold sort of nib and sort of barrel with a sort of reddish, dark brown sort of like with a I hang on, I have a pen in front of me. So essentially, it's not a fountain pen, but like this part and like the very top is gold. Then where you hold the like actual pen, where your hand goes, is this sort of like varnish, deep red, brownish, textured pattern. But other than that, it looks fine. I mean, if you were to write with it, are you writing with it to see what color ink it has, or?
Can I just like see if there's any loose parts?
If you want to, you can tinker with it. Just gonna check.
There's a secret pin in the pen.
Is there secret?
It's the only thing
That's
I
why he
have,
really
right?
wanted his pen back. He couldn't open his
Right?
book anymore.
It would be so cool.
And give me a spot hidden roll to see if there's any secrets on the pen. Even if there aren't, I might have to come up with some. Aww.
Damn.
Yeah, you kind of like twist it round, you sort of fiddle about with it, but nothing. It just seems to be a pen. A very fancy, nice pen, and well used, possibly well loved, but it's just a pen.
I give it back. Sorry, that was stupid.
No, I don't think anything is stupid, considering current line of work. Bit back in life. Okay, so fancy, right? Big thick book, skinnier blue book with no writing but thick paper. Anything else?
No, I believe that is everything that you got from the guy.
Only got two.
Only got 2 books because you were in a rush and Sturgeon did come up behind you and yank you out of there before.
I could have gotten more.
The building was going to explode. I'm sorry.
I
2
will
books
say
is better
this.
than death.
Yes, 2 books, and you don't know what the power behind if those books have any power or will be any use just yet. So
Do we try some national treasure stuff? Some lemon and Elven stuff?
That's what I was thinking.
wish. What do you do?
Is that a thing? In
Not,
1920?
I believe in 1920 you did have the UV lights, but not to the extent that you use it now. So, good try.
Is it lemon for mystery ink?
Lemon. Yeah, lemon.
Invisible ink. It's lemon to reveal invisible ink, isn't it?
Lemon or put it gently over candlelight.
Yeah, well, we ain't doing that. Sturgeon, do you have any lemon?
I'm not the one to ask. I just click my fingers. What fuck? What's his name again? I keep forgetting his
Jeeves.
name. I'm such a bad
Jeeves?
employer.
I'm
Jeeves,
Jeeves, sir.
do we have any lemon in the house? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting your name.
As he goes off and sort of has a look for some lemons.
Such a
He does
bad
a bit-
employer.
How do you pick the most stereotypical
Butler
butler name
name.
and forgetting all the time?
Because I
How is
keep
this
going.
possible?
I keep going to Jarvis because fucking Marvel's messed me up. Okay.
This is where we find out the Jeeves name is not actually Jeeves. The butler picked Jeeves to try and get you to remember the most stereotypical.
His actual name was Smithson. It's Smithers. No.
It's all the punches that had him.
Yeah. So yeah, he eventually comes back with a few lemons. Anything more of me, sir?
I have
Do
a
we need anything
steak
else?
for Jack.
Of course. I'll be but a moment as he puts
Oh.
the lemons down and.
Oh, raw steak for me as well. Uncooked, nothing else.
Of course, sir.
For Jack too?
No, that's for the eye.
Oh,
And eventually we'll come back with 2 uncooked steaks for you guys.
Put it over the eye. The swelling.
genuinely concerned he was about to eat that. Okay. Goodness. Okay. Sterling, with it, when you know, were there any clues as to where this creature might be, or
At some point, would there be
they're
any?
looking for?
Would there been any clues?
You mean?
Like location of it, like is it like a
From
big
your
sign
vision.
behind saying this is where we're keeping captured?
So from your vision, you did not get any idea of where they are. The one thing that did kind of stick out, or you think might be a clue, is that it's a place of death. It's known, sort of thing. It's famous for death. That's the kind of impression that you've got.
Cool. This is okay. So relay that information, but I don't think this is very helpful. It's a place of death, so that could be quite frankly anywhere. We're in
Cemetery?
America.
Yeah.
Is any cemeteries? Maybe.
A morgue. That asylum.
Could be anything.
I did take 2 of these masks. Maybe we can, if we find them, maybe we can pose as them, or...
Let's not jump too quickly. I feel a meeting with Zuri Moses may be on the cards.
Yes, that would be...
Anything else? Was there a forwarding address on the letter?
A return address.
Give me 1 second.
Ow. Yep.
My mind's gone straight to Salem for a place of death because it's Salem witch trials.
And it is Coven's.
Coven's?
Yeah.
Yes. Could be, but no.
Damn it, Tash. I was being smart.
That was smart. That was actually smart.
Excuse me? I take offense to that. No, I don't.
No, I meant. No.
I mean, I do, but no. No, so the return address is... We'll say fucking, Chicago. Because I can't be asked to go looking through the books. For things. But yeah, so the return address is, what looks to be a sort of home in Chicago. For Missouri Moses, yes. Trip.
I feel I would be much more comfortable knowing what Moses has to say. We try to charge into anything else.
That's
We
smart.
don't even know where to charge, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not always stopped before. But we have an address here in Chicago that we
Yeah.
could follow.
Are you concerned for your boss?
I'm concerned for all of us. Currently. If they still have a use for him, I don't think that they would get rid of him anytime soon.
I think they do have a use for him. The blood I examined wasn't a lot of it. It was just enough to get him down, probably. And there was no body, so they definitely took him.
So we have time. It's just hoping that we get there in time.
Yeah.
Odd question. Has Jeeves ever broken pick blocks for you?
Maybe if I've ever accidentally lost the keys to the car. Maybe. Probably not.
Do you ever hold your keys to the car?
I have
never
a
known you to
set.
hold your keys, Sturgeon.
I have a spare set. I don't. I've lost them. That's the problem. I used to, but now Jeeves carries them.
That's where
Yes.
Jeeves got you. It's not actually a spare set. It's just Jeeves got them.
Yeah, good as Jeeves.
They're all
Jeeves.
plastic and stuff.
Jeeves, do you know how to pick a lock?
Yeah. Jingle jangle.
I really hope Jeeves is like Alfred and knows everything.
Literally, that's my thinking. Like, just silently, it's like, oh yes, sir. When I was the thief back in Italy.
But I was an urchin boy on the street.
Yeah.
Jeeves,
My mother and father had
You
passed
asked
away.
Jeeves
A
to-
rogue took me in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say you
Sorry.
asked Jeeves to basically open the lock for you.
Jeeves, do you know anything about locksmithing?
I'm asking if he knows how to pick locks first, because he's a butler and he seems to be very capable.
He's got
I
very steady
will have
hands.
I do have that answer, however, that lock is unlock pickable, as you might say, as it is too small. Might I suggest that perhaps a key is of a different nature? Some locks like this take a liquid or a phrase, but it is not
Blood!
picked by
Put blood in it! My blood! Let's do it!
Why are you so excited for this?
Yes, this
Do you
is
put blood
odd.
in the book? In the red book, yeah?
Yep.
We're on about the red book. Yeah, you want to.
Thank you.
May I just remind you, this book may be.
Before, just whilst say, punch me in the face to
We can just use a pin.
Sure, I'm now considering Sterling's not the
Lucas,
crazy one in
punch
this
me in the
group.
face.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Sterling is rational compared to this.
It's like all the boxing medals behind me. All right.
I guess that's how much is that?
Good question.
Not even point of damage, fuck it.
What do you? No, I would definitely put a point of damage in there.
Excuse me.
Okay, then roll to fucking hit him. I was
You're so weak, you do no damage.
Yeah, I'm not letting him fucking have that over me. I will break this
Then
man's nose.
roll your damage because he's letting you hit him, and then we'll see how things go.
I won't use the knuckle dust.
Oh, thank you.
Critical 4 damage.
I nearly spat out my tea.
Boom. Wait,
Just
Hold on, but I get. So when I hit a critical, do I get a damage bonus?
Ah.
Because I have an unarmed damage, which is a D3.
I will say yes. Why not?
Because I have a D3, but then
Yeah.
when I roll up, I have I have Pulp Cthulhu damage bonus because I'm.
it's given you a bonus.
Has it given me
a
that?
1d3 and
Oh,
a
I see.
1d4.
I just rolled.
rolled a
I just
one.
rolled 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Never mind. So I rolled maximum on my thing, and then I got a 1 on my D4. I see. Never mind. Never mind.
We don't need
That
no
is,
Cthulhu.
yeah, you're good. You're good. You deserve the roll. Oh, you're good.
Thank you.
Oh, no,
I think.
thank you. That was very helpful.
I like to imagine it's broken in the same spot as Sturgeon's nose.
Yeah.
Twinsies.
Twinsies.
Twinsies, yes. With that, then you kind of drip your blood over the block, yeah. I'm assuming.
Pretty much everywhere, but yeah, on the book too.
Okay, I'm gonna need a power roll from you.
Jeeves, get the first aid kit, please.
Ah,
Yes.
you lucky dog. You lucky
I had
dog.
enough blood for a second round, so it's good.
Got 2 nose holes.
Oh, 2 nostrils, it's fine.
Yeah.
Maths. I hate you guys who make me do maths.
This whole
Excuse me, we had to do maths at the beginning of this. I
Yeah.
didn't sign up for maths.
this whole paranormal things and strangeness is making Logan a bit crazy, maybe?
Like I
He's like,
said,
none of this is real.
Yeah,
I thought
like,
Sturgeon
it.
was the insane one in this group. But you
What?
are
I thought I'd-
fucking...
How
I
am I
thought
the
I'd
insane
make-
one?
No,
I'd-
Sterling.
Oh,
I'm gonna look at Jack and just sort of be like, does he do this often? Is this a thing?
You guys,
He's a dog.
Jack seems
But also-
concerned.
he should be. As you drip your blood over the book and everywhere else, but mostly the book, you get hit by a sudden blast of energy and you are thrown back. You take 10 points of damage as whatever
Fuck.
this. The book sort of like frizzles and subsides with this sort of magical sort of energy. It does open, but it hurt like fuck.
does it blast outwards? Does everyone take damage, or just?
It sort of blasted outward directly at the person that put the blood on it.
Holy shit!
I'm gonna run over. Are you all right?
No?
Stick my hand in to make sure it doesn't close.
Bites
It's
down.
there's no sort of. It's not looking like it's going to close or anything like that. It's just a book at this point, sat on the table essentially. I see.
Okay.
Can
I
I
would
do
like.
a first aid?
Then roll first aid.
Yeah, I have 15 HP. Out of 31.
We have
Oh.
the same HP. Aw.
You're pretty.
Twinsies.
Okay.
You really
Oh,
are
that's
twinsies.
That's a fail.
No, you can't.
Yeah, he tries to help you, but it's just hurting too much for you to tell him where it hurts. You see, where he got hit,
Stop.
it's sort of like it is sort of paler and more drawn in and a bit gaunt. But other than that, he seems fine. Other than the bloody nose.
I'll put a bandage over it.
Just like that. You know, like when little kids try to help and put a bandage on something, and they just go boop, in completely the wrong place. That's what he's done.
While that's happened, I imagine that I would go over to the book, and if Nancy's looking or if I'm looking, then I'll help. Whatever.
Yeah. Just to make sure that he's okay and not really sort of
He's alive. Just kind of wave.
immediately into the nose in book.
I'm just in a corner. Ow. Ow.
Ow,
Ow.
ow,
Ow.
ow. As he's being probably mauled by Jack as well, who's like concerned. And also Sturgeon, who are like trying to help, but failing miserably.
There's a dog in the way.
Jack
Yeah.
tries attacking the book.
Yeah, probably.
I'm guessing Nancy.
Just a firm no. Just a firm no.
stops immediately. She's scary.
She's got a very intimidating presence.
Very
Librarians
intimidating.
librarians are scary, so fair enough.
It's been very traumatizing for Jack. I was throwing my stake that I was using for my eye towards him.
Fair enough.
My eye stake.
He eats like a small hot dog.
Oh god. Oh yeah, he's like a Great Dane.
No,
Jesus.
Bernard.
No, Saint
Oh,
Bernard.
Saint Bernard, sorry. Saint
Not that
Bernard.
much difference in size, but yeah.
It's wider as well.
Fluffy.
Fluffier.
Yeah. So what are you
No.
doing with the book?
Reading, please, but not out loud.
Not out loud, of course.
Reading, but not out loud. Just making sure that.
You flick through the
Yeah.
pages, and you see nothing written on the pages.
More blood. No.
I mean,
Can I get out the pen and like sort of wave it
Magic pen.
close?
The magic pen does fuck all.
Yeah, just
It is just a pen.
theorying.
can I hold up my hand like this is
Okay.
probably stupid, but can I just do my skill on it to see if we can read it?
Yes, you can.
I mean, I'm asking Nancy. Nancy's
Oh, right,
holding the
sorry.
book.
It's up to you.
I mean, I am up for
Sterling.
it, but you have the book.
Oh, I mean, you're more than welcome.
Cool.
I mean, I'm just sat at the table. This is like you can touch it if you want.
Okay,
It's not-
I'm gonna touch the book.
Okay, so you touch it on.
I'm
Success.
not keeping the book. You carry on.
Give me a sanity roll.
Goddamn.
Oh, why not? Fucking sanity
A
today.
bit.
Success.
That's fine. You nearly fall to your as you sort of place your hand on the book. You nearly fall to your knees, but you're able to sort of like push it as you just get psychically hit by just an overwhelming woof of like images. And this thing is old. This book, and you get the sense that you can read it, but only if you've paid the blood price.
Yeah, you're right. It's more blood.
Or maybe Logan can read it.
So
I try to read it.
Logan.
You
Yeah.
try to read it. You actually do see writing in the book. And it actually, the cover itself, as you go to look over, the cover's changed. It's no longer a plain book. So give me a second.
Is this the book we've been looking for this entire time?
You should
More
now
than
have
likely.
an item in your journal, right at the top.
Just me?
Yes, you. The others haven't paid the burn price yet.
That's badass.
The others are not going to pay the book price. That's a lot of
You
damage.
see why? You
See
see what
what
happened to
happens?
him?
You see, it was a once in a lifetime challenge because I rolled a d10 and I got a 10. That's how
I
it
ain't
was.
fucking doing that.
Okay, the book is called The Whispers. Wait, no. Do I know that? I don't think I can read that. Can I?
You can read it is in English.
Oh.
Essentially, at first, as you sort of like focus on it, the symbols and language is in some sort of weird symbol, but as you sort of look at it and focus on it, the letters rearrange to form English. Essentially,
I know English.
Yeah, so it sort of changes so that you are able to read it.
Okay, cool. So it says it's called The Whispers from Beyond, a Cthulhu mythos tome. Tome?
Yeah. But it doesn't
With
say
a-
it doesn't say a Cthulhu Mythos tome underneath it. It just says
Ah.
it's from that's just me to like
Like
'cause
that.
I wrote it.
I unfortunately I need to be able to read this because I can read this in half the time it takes normal people.
I started reading it out loud, word for word, with my finger under the words.
Okay, Logan, stop. Stop immediately. Logan, please stop. Okay. Logan, stop. Okay, immediately. What's sharp on the table?
There's pen. There's probably a
I'll just take the
pin.
pen and stab
The
my
letter opener.
finger in.
Jesus!
Yeah, there might be a letter.
There's ink poisoning in there!
Letter opening. Yeah, just something. Just quickly a cut and just sort of like drip some blood on.
Okay, I'm gonna need a power roll from you as well.
Sturgeon's
That's
gonna get
fine.
behind Nancy
I'll
and
take
like, ready to
damage.
catch, I guess.
Oh no, this is to see if you actually take damage.
I'll get behind her anyway. Preparation, I suppose. I'll get a pillow.
It's fine.
Is it fine?
Give me a second.
think.
Success.
I succeeded.
I'm pretty sure
Not
Logan
as
succeeded.
Yeah,
I'm
Logan.
pretty sure Logan succeeded
Yeah,
too.
I succeeded too. Yeah.
That's
I'm the best.
You look like the best, Logan.
Thank you.
you
Please.
only the energy sort of blasts off and kind of hits Nancy again, and you take 8 points of damage.
That's fine. 8.
My dice do not like you tonight because I've literally just rolled
Math.
10 and 8. To be fair, it got an
10, uh-oh.
extreme, so
Uh-oh.
you only
Okay.
take 8 damage.
I take 9 or 8?
8.
9. 8.
8.
Yeah, I'm just doing maths. Okay. So that means I got 9. I'm not meant to get hit. I'm not the best at getting.
Wait, how many hit points do you have left?
Necessary. 9.
Okay.
I only have 17 hit points.
Welcome to Call of Cthulhu, where using pulp gives you double-digit hit points. However,
It doesn't
there are
help.
also things that can hurt.
Consequences. It's fine
Consequences.
because now, because I'm a quick study in my talent, half the time required for initial and full reading of Mythos tomes.
I just tried to
So-
apply first aid while she read, but I failed because she was just reading and brushed me off.
Yeah, like go away.
I need to find out.
Yeah, I tried to do that once too. It doesn't go well.
No.
So I feel like after seeing that, me and Sergio are definitely not just dropping blood on her.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Cowards.
I need to be able to
I
read
will
it.
need, if you are reading the book, I need both of you to make a sanity roll.
Shit. Okay.
I think cowardice is the right word for that.
I've done plenty sanity rolls so far in this session alone. I ain't doing it again.
You don't want to test your luck.
Oh, I'm so sane.
Oh, thank God.
So sane.
So say.
You're in your mindset right now. You're in the books world. You're good.
Both
Yeah,
take
we're
1.7
so.
damage though.
Oh, right.
As,
Okay.
as it's part of the as the initial reading, you do take 1 point for sanity.
Yeah. Okay.
Reading through it, it will take a lot longer than like an hour or two. It'll take Nancy. It'll probably take a couple of days to read.
Wow.
That's fine.
Logan-
We got a trip to Chicago. It's all right.
Logan, it will take you a week to read. Because these are hefty tomes of magic lore and godforsaken cosmic entities. So yeah, looking through what you can now. There's
Yeah,
lots
just
of
an initial
diagrams.
flip through.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
initial flick through, there's a lot. As it does seem to be quite a bit about a deity in particular. You from what you kind of can pick up, it speaks about a chained siren, one that was trapped beneath the earth, to await the time when the stars aligned and her prison was once again released, so that she could take her revenge on the earth. No one knows where this siren came from, but all know that if you hear her song, you're doomed. She is the harbinger for the King in Yellow and Hasteth.
Oh, can you repeat the names?
Okay, so the chain siren is a creature that is trapped beneath the earth. She is supposedly a precursor for the King in Yellow and Hasteth, the Unspeakable, essentially, or Undescribable. There's a few names for him.
So
As there is
that-
everything in Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, that's not the dude that we chill with.
That's not the
Chill.
one that you've met, no.
Chill with? Can you say chill with?
I mean, he gave me
You didn't
he
kill
gave me
us.
some cool ink. He gave me cool ink, and he saved
I will
us,
say, you
so
can
I don't
chill
see
with
the
me a
problem.
lot, Deb. How you end up afterwards is debatable.
So
Like,
idea
The
number
fact that you
one.
guys survived, you're very chill with him.
Right.
That's fair. Actually, I'll take that.
Idea
Yeah.
number one, should we all buy earplugs? So we
That
we
might
can't
be-
hear them then. So we can't.
That
Ah.
might
that's a good point.
Good idea.
Earplugs. Yes. So this definitely lines up with the letter and your vision, Sterling. Stars? Does anyone plot stars? Unfortunately, my access is not available anymore.
Don't plot stuff.
What would that
Can
be?
Can I do an occult?
Constellations, stars in the sky, planets
Give me
aligning.
a roll,
A what
or
roll?
astronaut or astronomy. I think that's the one. Astrology, or occult.
Would I, as a wanderer that's been sleeping out for a lot of nights,
Yeah, I'd say you can give me a navigate roll then, maybe, just to kind of get if the others kind of. We'll see how it plays out essentially by the rolls.
Ah. That's actually pretty close. Well, for 5. I mean. Hey!
Nice.
Okay. So the others, stars. It's not that you don't know about them, but you know that stars in certain positions in the sky and such usually end up being quite significant in occult rituals and stuff like that. Usually on a full moon, you dance under the full moon naked, sacrifice a goat, and you can call Satan. That sort of shit.
Like a Wednesday.
A Wednesday, yeah. So on a Tuesday, it's sacrifice a fish on a dock while turning backwards on one leg. You get Cthulhu. Um, that isn't actually how you actually summon him. Please don't try that.
We're trying
do-
it.
I had to do that to get to my sorority.
Yeah. But essentially, you know that the stars and their alignments and positions in the sky usually, or at least thought of, have some sort of precedent or importance in certain rituals to contact or summon beings from other places. With your navigate roll, Logan, you would know that you can use the stars to navigate to certain places, especially during certain times of the day, and certain locations will give certain rise to certain stars constellations. You know as well that certain events, astrologically speaking, things like when certain stars are aligned in different formation, or during a lunar eclipse or something like that, it can have strange effects on the stars surrounding and also your sense of direction, that sort of thing. So with that, you know that. So with everything, you know, the stars can basically play an important role in rituals, and that when they align in certain formations, it can lead to more supernatural and spooky goings on. Though you're not sure what constellation just yet, because there's been no mention of a particular constellation. It's not like, oh, if you go on Orion and see Orion on this day in this location, the portal to Atlantis opens. That is actually a possibility, but it's not in this game. But yeah, so essentially it's stuff like that where you can navigate by the stars quite easily. You're quite confident on that. However, you need a bit more information about what stars you need to follow, or that are mentioned to be in some sort of formation before you can make a decision, essentially. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we don't know which ones are lining up just yet.
Yeah.
Would I know, like, or is it just star constellations, or is it like when, like, how do you say it?
Timeline.
Yeah, the events like sun
It,
getting blocked and stuff like that.
yeah, there are some events like that, and you know that within. You vaguely recollect, because you've got the stress, you vaguely recollect hearing that there is a sort of astrological, so like a planet or moon or something, some sort of star event that's happening in about a month. And you're not sure if this could be, but you're not sure what that is, essentially. You know it's coming up and that something's happening, but you're not quite sure what it is just yet.
So, Chicago?
Chicago. Is it
How far away is
Chicago?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You're in Arkham, and I'm not actually quite sure. Because I'm not sure where Chicago actually is. But yeah, we'll say it'll probably take you, back then, is the 1920s, to a day at most to travel, because I think it's sort of only a couple of hours away. So by the time you settle yourselves up, get maybe a few bits and pieces, and then head out, it'll probably be sort of like nighttime when you arrive in Chicago, if it at the earliest. Because America is big. Fuck me, is it big? So yeah, you think that at the very latest it'll be like tomorrow morning you get there. but at the very earliest, it'll be like that night, essentially. Unless, of course, you go straight away. But
I mean, I know it's a silly idea, but I think we should get earplugs. That's actually a fantastic
I don't think
idea.
that is a silly idea. I think that's a very good one.
Would you mind us? Should we leave in the morning?
Can we
As
get a plane?
Jarvis, right? I mean, Jeeves. Damn.
See? It's a hard name. And see, you get punched in the head. You lose track of things.
That was a good punch.
Thank you. Can we get a plane now?
you probably could get a plane to Chicago. Yes.
Would that be faster?
In 20s, it might be. Yeah. I mean, it's not like today where you have like a shit ton of security. It's literally you could take a bomb on the plane and no one would blink an eye.
We could take our weapons on the plane. That's good.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I would also then prefer to drive in our car that we know. Well, your car that you know is safe.
I mean, Jarvis
than
can
an
fly the plane.
aeroplane.
anything could happen on plane or ground. Yes.
Yes, I'd prefer not to trust a plane which other people who clearly are experts in bombing could bomb, because now they know what we look like. Because
Do
it's
they?
guaranteed.
Pretty sure I
I'm-
killed
They
both.
would,
You did kill
Yes,
them before
well,
they get away to tell anybody else.
they're the two that were in the car.
Mhm.
The two that were in that car.
Mhm.
Did Sterling tell us there were more?
Yeah, there were 4. We killed 2 of them.
I didn't know Sterling told us all that information. Okay.
Yeah. That's the point. Did Sterling actually tell us that?
Yeah, the only information he's not revealing is the whole devil deal part of it. Everything
Okay,
else he's
okay.
up.
Fair. I see why you would keep that to
okay.
yourself.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I
Okay.
suppose. I didn't see them in the crowd, though. I was being quite on edge. I did look.
Yes, but they
But you're
may have
right.
taken off their mask.
I will
So-
say that there was only one person in the crowd that you saw masked and hooded. The others were, although it was busy and chaotic, they
Yeah.
were the only people that you saw like that. So it is possible that they were there, but it's also possible they had already left by the time the bomb had gone.
You did say they wear their masks during these cult missions where they blow up shit. So I feel like these guys are quite idealists, so they would wear their masks if they were still there. But you could be right. They would be probably safe to go in the car.
I'd like to be honest. I've never been plane. Yeah. So I wouldn't too. I'm not that much in a rush.
I mean, the first commercial plane left 6 years ago. We should probably not be among the first ones to try it.
I mean, Jeeves, how are you with flying planes? You're pretty good, right?
Of course, sir.
Do you have a jet? Do you have a private jet? I mean,
I could probably not buy one. I could probably rent one. They're pretty expensive. It's new technology, all that.
Yes, but
Could
even
we
if
rent
it
one?
would take a bit longer in the car, that just means longer to read this book. So
That's true.
yeah.
it shouldn't. It should only take me a couple of days.
Very well.
Also,
Well, you're
we
welcome to
stopped
stay.
the airport.
Yeah, we can stop by earplugs.
Yes.
Well, you're welcome to stay at my abode. The rooms are open and free.
Thank you. Is there a bedroom each? Here?
I don't know how far my money can stretch, Tash. Would I have an...
Yeah, it's a mansion in 1920. Yeah, fuck it. There's plenty of guest rooms and things like that.
Just have
Yeah.
a entire games room with a pool table.
Yeah.
I have a war room.
I say a war. It's more of a trophy room with a big table.
It's literally just a
but
pool table with a piece of like
Yeah.
wood on top.
Yeah. But
War
essentially,
room.
it's a war room. But essentially, it's a large sort of like mansion, with rooms, a smoking room, living, all that sort of thing. But it's not overly sort of
Ostentatious.
yes, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not filthy rich. I'm just quite wealthy.
Yes, I will say though that it might be a good idea then, to call it here, with you guys taking leave for the night, going to rest up, are ready to make plans for your journey to Chicago and find out what the fuck is going on. Um,
If anyone needs me, I'll be in my indoor swimming pool.
so, yeah, so with that, I'm going to call it there for tonight. If that's okay with everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Is
Sounds like a plan.
that also a code of I haven't read up this far, so please
Oh,
stop?
no. I have a thing, but because of certain things now, may have to change things and just make sure I have certain stats ready and bits and pieces and actual maps for you to explore and such and such.
And actual chapters from the secret book.
Do you know,
Yeah,
Sarah?
totally.
But Sarah, you've properly fucked me up. Now I want to build all of my NPC houses on The Sims 4.
Yeah.
So by the time next time we play, I probably have Sturgeon's house all mapped out.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That will actually help me because then I'll have a battle map for Sturgeon's mansion in case anything happens.
In case the siege on Sturgeon's manor.
Yes.
Aw.
But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope those watching also enjoyed.
Thank you.
I will come up with some sort of things for Cthulhu, either the like little bless and shit like that, which will fuck those guys over because that'll be hilarious, and also me because let's face it, it's usually me. And also, I will come up with a random wild magic table for you guys to. I say wild magic, wild craziness table.
What would it be called? You go fucking insane table?
The insanity table, why not?
It's already a thing.
We'll come up with a name and we'll do something, but yeah, so. But yeah, so with that, I'll text Sarah wherever she is on screen, or whoever it is that's raiding will do a raid, I think, because they know how to do technology. I don't.
But yeah, come back tomorrow for Rapid Riders. Thursday we have the Scrivener's Tale, and then on Sunday, which is we're going to be doing a special one shot with Scarquin. So go check him out. We'll send you over to him now.
Yeah.
Say hi, and we'll be doing a one shot with him on the weekend. Well, we won't be. Bree will be.
We will.
Yeah. So say hi to him. We'll be saying bye. And watch him.
Happy New Year.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Bye. Wah.
Oh, great. Thank you, Tash. That was awesome.